Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into a subject that's as profound as it is universal: the regrets men experience after losing a good woman. When a good woman exits a man's life, it leaves a void that speaks volumes. Let's explore 3 major regrets that surface when the value of a good woman is truly understood. Sadly, often in her absence. A good woman's presence in a man's life is not just physical. It is an essence that shapes the atmosphere around her. She is a stabilizing force, often unnoticed in the moment, but deeply felt when she is no longer there. Her presence brings balance, perspective, and a sense of purpose that is hard to define until it is absent. When a good woman is present, she contributes in ways that may seem subtle at first glance, but are profoundly impactful over time. She doesn't just stand beside her partner. She walks with him through life's challenges, offering a shoulder to lean on and wisdom to navigate difficulties. Her presence is often the silent support that keeps a man steady when he's facing storms, even when he doesn't acknowledge it. A good woman is not merely a passive observer in a man's life. She is an active contributor to his growth and success. She believes in him, often more than he believes in himself, and that belief serves as a driving force. She brings an emotional steadiness that allows him to face uncertainty with confidence, knowing there is someone who genuinely has his back. She creates a space of peace in the midst of life's chaos, a sanctuary where he can find rest and rejuvenation. The challenge many men face is recognizing this invaluable presence while it is still there. Human nature often takes for granted what seems constant. When her kindness, care, and support are always available, they can blend into the background, becoming part of the rhythm of life. It's only when that rhythm is interrupted, when she is no longer there to provide it, that the depth of her contributions becomes painfully clear. The void left by a good woman's absence is not just about her physical presence. It's about the loss of everything she brought into the relationship. Her nurturing spirit, her calming influence, and her ability to bring clarity in moments of confusion are irreplaceable. A man begins to see the small things she did every day, things that seemed insignificant at the time, but collectively made a world of difference. Simple acts like her ability to listen without judgment, her encouragement in moments of doubt, or even her quiet companionship during tough times become the moments he replays in his mind. He begins to realize that her presence wasn't just supportive, it was transformative. She didn't just exist alongside him. She elevated him, challenged him, and made him better. In her absence, the realization dawns that her presence was never about grandeur or dramatic gestures. It was in the way she consistently showed up, the way she loved unconditionally, and the way she built a home, not just physically, but emotionally. Losing a good woman teaches a man that her presence was not just an addition to his life, it was foundational to it. The regret that follows is often not about what was done wrong, but about failing to cherish what was so profoundly right. The voice of a good woman is one of the most powerful influences in a man's life. It isn't just the words she speaks, but the way she speaks them, with intention, care, and an ability to touch the deepest parts of the heart. Her encouragement has a way of cutting through self-doubt, fear, and uncertainty, often serving as the driving force behind a man's confidence and perseverance. It is a gift that is easy to overlook when it is always present, but its absence is felt deeply when it is gone. A good woman's voice carries wisdom, strength, and reassurance. She knows how to see potential where others see problems. When a man is struggling to believe in himself, she steps in, not with empty flattery, but with thoughtful, heartfelt words that remind him of his worth, his capabilities, and his purpose. She doesn't just speak to his circumstances, she speaks to the man he is, and the man he is capable of becoming. Her words often come at the perfect time, when he is on the verge of giving up or when the weight of life seems too much to bear. She knows how to breathe life into situations that feel lifeless and stagnant. Her encouragement is not just about motivation, it's about perspective. She helps him see opportunities in challenges and possibilities in obstacles. And she does it with a clarity that shifts his entire outlook. The importance of becoming less concerned with perspectives, having more curiosity than obstacles. And she does it with a clarity that shifts his entire outlook. When this voice is lost, its absence creates an echo that reverberates through every part of a man's life. He begins to notice the silence in moments when he would have once heard her affirmations. The words she used to speak, which may have felt routine at the time, now seem extraordinary in hindsight. He remembers how she believed in him when no one else did, how she stood by him when the odds were against him, and how she consistently reminded him of his value when he couldn't see it for himself. The regret that follows losing such a voice is profound, because it's not just about losing words, it's about losing the person who spoke them. Her encouragement was rooted in a love that saw beyond the surface, a commitment to helping him become the best version of himself. That kind of support is not easily replaced, and its absence creates a void that no amount of external success or validation can fill. A man may find himself longing for the moments when her voice steadied him during uncertainty or uplifted him when he felt defeated. He realizes that her words were not just fleeting affirmations, but seeds planted in his soul that bore the fruit of confidence, courage, and hope. The loss of her voice is the loss of a unique and irreplaceable source of strength, one that in retrospect held far more value than he ever fully acknowledged while it was there. In the quiet left behind, a man often reflects on the power of what he once had and wishes he had cherished it more deeply. A good woman's investment in a relationship is one of the most profound demonstrations of love and commitment. Yet this investment often goes unnoticed or is undervalued until it is no longer available. Her contributions are not always loud or obvious, but they are consistent, deliberate, and deeply rooted in the desire to build something meaningful with her partner. When this investment is overlooked, it sets the stage for one of the deepest regrets a man can experience after losing her. A good woman invests in countless ways, many of which may seem small but collectively hold great significance. She invests her time, energy, and emotions into creating a foundation of trust, love, and support. She pays attention to the details, ensuring that her partner feels valued and understood. Whether it's remembering the little things that bring him joy or standing by his side during moments of hardship, her presence and actions reflect an unwavering commitment to the relationship. Her sacrifices are often invisible, hidden beneath the surface of everyday life. She may set aside her own dreams to support his. She may carry the weight of responsibilities that go unnoticed, all while maintaining an attitude of grace and resilience. This selflessness is not a sign of weakness, but of strength. An enduring willingness to pour into someone else's life without expecting immediate recognition or reward. When a good woman leaves, the absence of her investment becomes glaringly apparent. A man may begin to see the ways she quietly held things together, the sacrifices she made to create stability, and the energy she poured into building a shared future. The dinners she prepared, the late-night conversations that reassured him, the compromises she made to keep peace. These moments, once taken for granted, now stand out as powerful reminders of her love and commitment. The regret that follows losing a good woman often centers on the realization that her contributions were not fully acknowledged or appreciated. The effort she put into uplifting and supporting him was not met with equal gratitude or reciprocation. It's only in hindsight that the depth of her commitment becomes clear and the weight of what was lost begins to settle in. What makes her investment so impactful is that it was never transactional. She didn't give with the expectation of receiving something in return. She gave out of love, believing in the potential of the relationship and in the man she chose to stand beside. Losing that kind of dedication is more than just losing a person. It's losing a force that consistently worked to make life better, even in the smallest ways. As the days go by, the absence of her contributions becomes more evident. The support she provided, the peace she cultivated, and the dreams she helped to nurture now feel like a distant memory. In that void, a man often reflects on what could have been different if only he had recognized the value of her investment while it was still being made. The pain of that realization lingers, a constant reminder of what was lost. A good woman provides more than just companionship. She offers a unique source of emotional stability. She creates an environment where a man can feel safe, understood, and supported, where his vulnerabilities are not met with judgment, but with compassion and care. This emotional stability is an invaluable gift, one that many men don't fully realize they have until it's no longer there. When she's gone, the absence of her grounding presence is felt deeply, and the emotional void she leaves can become overwhelming. In the day-to-day rhythm of life, a good woman's emotional stability acts as a counterbalance to the stresses, pressures, and unpredictability of the world. She knows how to soothe his fears, calm his anxieties, and restore his sense of peace when life feels chaotic. Whether it's through a gentle word, a supportive gesture, or simply her steady presence, she offers a sanctuary where he can recharge, reflect, and regain his composure. The emotional stability she brings isn't just about being a source of comfort in times of distress. It's also about the way she helps him navigate his emotions. She knows how to listen without interruption, offering him space to express his feelings without fear of judgment. She listens not just with her ears, but with her heart, truly understanding the depth of what he's going through. In doing so, she helps him make sense of his emotions and find clarity in moments of confusion. When this stability is lost, it creates an emotional chaos that many men find hard to navigate. The absence of a woman who offered a sense of calm and grounding can make even the most routine days feel overwhelming. Without her, emotions can feel unmanageable, unpredictable, and all-consuming. The stress that was once easily relieved through her soothing presence now lingers, and the uncertainty that once seemed manageable becomes overwhelming. Her ability to provide emotional stability goes beyond merely offering comfort during tough times. She helps him to see things from a perspective of balance and calm, allowing him to process his emotions in a healthier way. She is his emotional anchor, helping him remain level-headed in situations that might otherwise lead him to react impulsively or emotionally. Her steady guidance allows him to think more clearly, to make better decisions, and to handle life's challenges with a sense of emotional maturity. When a good woman is no longer there, a man may struggle to regain this sense of balance. The emotional highs and lows that once seemed manageable may feel more intense, and the clarity she provided in moments of uncertainty now feels out of reach. The simple act of sharing a problem with someone who listens and provides perspective becomes a rare and longed-for experience. The absence of emotional stability is not just about losing someone to confide in, it's about losing the safe space that allowed him to be his true self, vulnerable, imperfect, and real, without fear of being judged or misunderstood. The emotional landscape she helped to cultivate now feels barren and uncertain, and the regret that follows is the recognition of just how much she contributed to his emotional well-being, often without him even realizing it. A good woman in a man's life serves as a mirror, reflecting not only who he is, but also who he can become. She challenges him, encourages him, and in many ways drives his growth, both as an individual and as a partner. Her presence pushes him toward becoming a better version of himself, whether through her gentle reminders, her constructive criticism, or the way she holds him accountable. Producing greater potential for himself. By selecting purpose for themselves, greater potential for themselves. When this opportunity for growth is missed, it leaves a man with a lingering sense of regret, as he realizes that the person he could have become was within reach, but he failed to rise to the occasion. A good woman doesn't just stand by her partner. She walks alongside him, guiding him in the direction of his highest potential. She isn't content with seeing him stagnate or settle for less than he's capable of achieving. Instead, she inspires him to reach higher, dig deeper, and challenge himself to grow in every area of his life. Emotional, whether it's through a quiet conversation that opens his mind or through the way she encourages him to step outside of his comfort zone, her influence on his growth is undeniable. At times, the way she pushes him can be uncomfortable. Growth often comes with challenges, discomfort, and moments of vulnerability. But a good woman knows how to challenge him with love and wisdom without tearing him down. She encourages him to confront his weaknesses, to face his fears, and to step into the fullness of his potential. She believes in him, often more than he believes in himself, and this belief drives him to work harder, aim higher, and become more than he ever thought possible. However, if a man fails to recognize this opportunity for growth, he may miss the chance to evolve into the person he was meant to be. He may resist the challenges she offers, taking them as criticism rather than as opportunities for development. Perhaps he is too comfortable in his ways, too resistant to change, or too focused on immediate gratification to see the value in the long-term growth she is encouraging. But when she is gone, the realization of what he has lost becomes all too clear. The missed opportunity for growth is often rooted in the failure to appreciate the value of constructive criticism, encouragement, and accountability. A good woman doesn't just offer support. She helps him see his blind spots, his potential, and the areas where he can improve. She brings out his best, but only if he is willing to accept the challenge of becoming better. When that growth is missed, a man often looks back with regret, wishing he had listened more closely to her advice, been more open to her challenges, or allowed himself to be molded by her guidance. He may realize that the person he is today could have been further along, more refined, and more evolved if only he had embraced the opportunity to grow with her. The absence of that guidance leaves a void, one that reminds him of the person he could have become and the opportunities he failed to seize. The missed opportunity for growth is not just about personal development, it's also about the growth of the relationship. A good woman helps a man to see that growth isn't just an individual pursuit, it is something that happens together as a team. When both partners grow together, they create something stronger, more meaningful, more fulfilling. But when that opportunity is missed, the relationship itself suffers, leaving behind a sense of regret that lingers long after she is gone. Unfulfilled potential is one of the most profound sources of regret a man can experience after losing a good woman. It's the painful realization that the future they could have shared, built together, and achieved has been left incomplete, lost to what could have been. A good woman not only nurtures the potential of the man she loves, but she also fosters a vision for their shared future. When she's no longer there to contribute to the dreams and aspirations they once built together, the weight of that unfulfilled potential becomes a constant reminder of what was lost and the possibilities that will never be realized. A good woman doesn't just see the present, she sees the future. She doesn't merely accept the man as he is, she believes in him for who he could be. She envisions a life they can build, a partnership they can cultivate, and a future that is rich with shared accomplishments and mutual growth. Her faith in his potential can act as the catalyst for his own self-belief. She reminds him through her words, actions, and support that his dreams are not only possible but within reach. She is the one who encourages him to push past his limits, to aim higher, and to pursue his goals with determination. But when that woman is no longer by his side, the man is often left to face a painful truth, that the dreams they once shared are now just that, dreams. The vision they had for their future together begins to feel distant and unreachable. The unspoken plans, the moments they dreamed about, the things they wanted to achieve as a team, these all fade into the background, leaving a gaping hole where once there was hope. It's not just the loss of a partner, it's the loss of the future that was meant to be built together, a future now left in ruins by her absence. The pain of unfulfilled potential goes deeper than just the loss of goals and ambitions. It's the realization that the person who believed in him the most, who encouraged him to take risks and step into the fullness of his capabilities, is no longer there to hold that vision. Her absence creates a vacuum in his life, one where his dreams once had fuel and direction. Without her support and belief, he may feel directionless, uncertain, and unmotivated. The potential they once shared now feels unreachable without the person who helped him believe in it. What makes the pain even more intense is the sense of self-blame that often accompanies it. A man may look back and wish he had invested more in the relationship, worked harder to build the future they envisioned, or cherished the dreams they shared more deeply. He may regret the times he took her support for granted, not recognizing how instrumental she was in the pursuit of his potential. Now, as he stands alone, he is left with the painful knowledge that the future they dreamed of will never come to fruition. It's a future that was once full of promise and possibility, but now feels like an unfinished story. The potential they could have reached together remains just that, a potential, forever unfulfilled. And in that realization lies the deep ache of lost opportunity and the weight of what might have been. In the end, losing a good woman is not just the loss of a partner, but the loss of something far deeper. The loss of a force that shaped, nurtured, and elevated every part of a man's life. Her presence, her encouragement, her unwavering investment, and her ability to provide emotional stability were not just qualities to be appreciated, they were the foundation of a partnership that was designed to help both partners reach their fullest potential. Accordingly, I speak with open kindness and friendship, knowing that each person in turn advances their own. The regrets men often face after losing a good woman are not simply about the absence of a person. They are about the absence of all the things she brought into the relationship. Things that are irreplaceable. The pain of unfulfilled potential, the missed opportunity for growth, and the haunting realization of what could have been weigh heavily on the heart. But there is also a lesson in these regrets. To value, cherish, and protect the good things in life while they are present, for life is fleeting. And the things that truly matter often go unnoticed until they are gone. To those who are fortunate enough to still have a good woman by their side, I urge you to recognize her worth, to honor her contributions, and to never take for granted the gift of her love and partnership. For in doing so, you secure a future of growth, fulfillment, and shared dreams. A future where potential is not only realized, but exceeded. To prepare for the future, a potential is not only realized, but exceeded.